It is October 7th, 2024, and I'm headed up north for a bear hunt. Hopefully I get to put my tag on a bear this year. Well, I'm about to head into New Mexico for a little bit before I go back into Arizona. Back into Arizona. Alright, so just leaving the trailhead. Got about 4 miles to go before I make camp. Got a little over 2 hours till dark. So hopefully we'll start hunting tomorrow. Well, I got my camp all set up. As you can see, it's dark now. I got in here just as it got dark and got camp set up pretty quick. Got some water filtered. And I got 3 days worth of food, so I should be able to stay here for a while. But I'm going to try and get some sleep and get up and start hunting in the morning. Alright, so a little update. It is well after dawn and I am still not at my glassing point. I picked that out on a map, never actually been there, but it appears it is a little too difficult to get there from here. So it's pretty much impassable. I have to get up around there, and there just really isn't a safe way to go around there. So I'm beginning to think my idea of camping down low in the valley and hiking up the glassing points wasn't a good idea. So I decided to camp down low so I could have a source of water. Figured it wouldn't be that big a deal to hike up to a glassing point every morning. It's not very far to a glassing point, but it's just the brush and all the rock makes it pretty impassable. Anyway, so all that being said, this idea was a gamble, but it didn't pay off. So I did find a good campsite, but it's just way too hard to get up to where I want to glass. Very impractical to try and do that every morning, every evening before dawn and after dark. Not safe either. You see that one mountaintop over there as my alternate location. That looks like it'd probably take an hour or two to get up to every day from my campsite. So anyway, this area proved to be a little impractical to hunt. I picked this spot on the map without ever hunting it before, not ever being there before. That's what you get for not scouting. You wind up having to burn up your hunt, figuring out that areas just aren't going to be very practical for you to hunt in. So I think what I'm going to do is use the rest of the morning to get back to camp, and then pack up and pull out of here and try and go somewhere else. Although I did happen to find this chalky elk shed here on the way down, so I guess that's a plus. This thing's pretty old. I think we'll leave it up here though. I don't need any more weight in my pack. Alright, so that right there is the thing I couldn't get around. So it's the thing about picking a spot on the map without ever going there. I really couldn't tell that that cliff face was there. And I tried to hike around it, but it was just pretty impassable. Turned into a sheer cliff as I went around the right side. So in order to get around, I'd have to go back down and probably take a detour of an hour or more around there. So it's not really practical to try and hike up there and glass every day from camp. So if I was going to hunt this area again, what I'd have to do is come down from the rim and camp up on the ridge and glass from up there. That'd be the only way to do it in here. Hard part about that is you'd have to pack in all your water. The reason I tried to come down low is so I'd have a water source that I could filter. But lesson learned. So I'll take the rest of the day, get out of here, and go find somewhere else. Alright, finally got down off the hill into a drainage here. Here we have some bear prints. So again, definitely in the right place. Just a little hard to live and hunt here. See where he walked up here too. But it's good to know they're here. Alright, so here I am back at camp. It was quite the ordeal getting down. Slipped and fell a couple times, but didn't get hurt. It's a pretty interesting place. Up there is where I was. Couldn't get around that rock face. If I was going to, I'd have to go way off to the left, and been a long time getting around it to get up on that ridge. So not very practical to try and go up there in the morning before dawn and glass. Pretty brushy and rocky. Pretty difficult getting up and down. So no way I can do that every day. Going up there before dawn and coming down after dark. So I'm definitely in bear country. A lot of bear sign around here. They definitely live down in these canyon bottoms. But pretty difficult to hunt them down here. So I think the answer is going to be to get up high and come down on the ridges and camp up on the ridge and glass from there. Only thing is there's no water up there, so I'll have to bring water with me. One of the reasons for coming down here is there was a reliable water source. I didn't have to pack my water. There's my food bag hanging up in the tree over there. There's a stream right back there behind the tent a little ways. So a nice place to camp, a little difficult to hunt. So I think I'm going to break camp and get out of here and try and go up high and come down low. And try camping somewhere different, closer to some glassing spots. All packed up, headed back to the truck. Got a long hike ahead of me. Alright, so here I am back at the truck in the trailhead. That was pretty rough and a little beat up, so I'm going to try something simpler tomorrow. But I am going to get back at it tomorrow. But do something a little less rough. So I covered about 10 miles since yesterday, which is why I'm pretty beat. But my camp was over that saddle and down in that valley over that saddle over there. This is what it looks like from the trailhead. So that was about a little over 4 miles to get to where I was camped from here. So here's my campsite for tonight. Not roughing it quite so much tonight. Alright, so I'm at a new glassing location this morning. I'm overlooking the upper part of the same drainage I was camped at the bottom of the other day. So hopefully I can see something up here. A lot of wildlife activity, a lot of elk making noise last night. Just heard some coyotes yipping. So hopefully I see something this morning. Well, so far today I haven't seen any game. So it's been a pretty uneventful day. I did see a flock of band-tailed pigeons I had landing all around me. That was kind of interesting. They're migratory birds. They're only in Arizona at these high elevations for a certain time of year. So it was kind of interesting to see. I got a few pictures of them.
Band-tailed pigeons are only present in Arizona from March through October. They nest in forests at elevations between 4,500 and 9,100 feet.
At a new glassing location this morning, and I glassed up an animal a long way out there, far out there in that canyon, over a mile away, that for a moment I thought it might have been a bear, so I got a little excited there. Then the more I examined it, it turned out it was just a cow, so it was a false alarm. Well, that's the end of this hunt, and I'm headed home tomorrow.